Welcome back. Suicide is a leading cause of death, but media coverage is rare unless it involves a high-profile case like the late Robin Williams. The fear is all the added attention will inspire copycats. But experts on suicide would actually like the media to discuss this more often as a health issue and help generate an accurate dialogue. Candace Madsen recently attended a special training seminar in Washington, D.C. Back here with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Dave, I definitely learned a lot at this seminar. The Poynter Institute and National Action Alliance for Suicide Prevention invited journalists from around the country to attend. Suicide is a complex issue. The key to talking about it is avoiding misinformation and offering hope.
10-6 PSB 110's covering.
Police scanner traffic often alerts a newsroom about a situation involving suicide.
I usually hear multiple calls a day for suicidal people, and probably about one a day who actually take their lives.
It is a taboo topic in most newsrooms unless it involves a high-profile case. Studies have shown exploitive coverage increases the risks for copycats, but failure to address the issue at all leaves many people in the dark.
It felt like the public was really inadequately informed, and that's on the media too.
The Poynter Institute's Kelly McBride organized this seminar.
I know that with training, journalists actually get better at special topics like this, and I just saw an opportunity to make a difference.
McBride gathered some of the leading experts on suicide to educate these journalists.
I feel like the conference is really empowering because it focused on incredibly specific things journalists can do to heal their communities.
And knowledge is key. The recommendations for reporting on suicide point out that there are almost always multiple causes, including psychiatric illnesses, that may not have been recognized or treated. However, these illnesses are treatable.
We've actually made a lot of progress in talking about suicide and mental health issues, really over the last 10 years. However, the truth of the matter is we still have a long way to go.
Dr. Dan Reidenberg is the executive director of SAVE. He believes the media can do a lot to help erase the stigmas that are often barriers to care.
We still need to make it easier for people to be able to come forward when they have these issues, whether it's at work or it's at home with their families, children with their parents, kids in schools, to be able to actually get the help that they need.
Help is available 24 hours a day through the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline created in 2004. After dialing 1-800-273-TALK, the caller is routed to their nearest crisis center to receive immediate counseling.
How often do you feel like this?
If the caller is a veteran, they can press 1 and will be routed to the Veterans Hotline.
She did say she has a knife with her that she's using to cut herself.
Many treatment options are available to help people with thoughts of suicide. The hope is these journalists will better educate the public about those resources and change the conversation.
We are very pleased that we have 20 reporters from 16 states here to learn covering suicide in a responsible, sensible, and compelling way in which viewers and readers can better understand suicide prevention.
Now, one point that was emphasized repeatedly at this conference is to refrain from saying a person committed suicide, because that implies a crime instead of a mental illness. Prevention experts prefer everyone instead say die by suicide.
Die by suicide. What other mistakes are most common among media members?
Well, I think often we try to oversimplify the issue. For instance, we'll report that a child killed himself because they were bullied,
right, or
a man killed himself because he lost his job. But the truth is, in 90% of those cases, it involved mental illness or substance abuse. And so we've got to talk about mental health.
One of the big stories in the media recently was with Robin Williams and his suicide. What was discussed about Robin Williams at the conference?
We actually talked a lot about that because it was so high profile and it got so much coverage. The positive was it helped erase some of the stigmas. We talked a lot about mental illness. They also saw a huge increase in the number of people that called the National Lifeline, which is positive that people are reaching out for help. The harm is the excessive and exploitive coverage. There was a lot of focus on how he killed himself.
Right.
You know, the way that press conference, when they went over all the details, that really didn't help anyone.
5-10 years ago, we wouldn't even be talking about this because it was so taboo. And so at least at the conference, folks have to be happy in a very difficult topic that most of America is now discussing it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there is, families that have experienced this or people that have recovered. They're grateful that we're finally talking about it like we talk about cancer or like we talk about diabetes. It's a health issue.
Okay, Candace, thank you.
Thanks.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to the movies for Meet the Mormons. What it is and what the LDS Church hopes to accomplish with it as they roll it out near a theater, well, near you.